pop for a couple hours, but you know, Grand Rising gods and goddesses was popping. It's another fuck around and find out Tuesday with the gods and the goddesses you love to hate. Here at the Think High crew. Hey, I had a motherfucker on Twitter say today, what'd he say? I'm sorry, guys. I'm not into all the cannabis consumption. Ah, bitch, Think High crew's way beyond smoking weed, nigga. Hit that intro whenever you ready, DJ Crazy Man.
Just received an
It's the Think High crew, yeah.
just received an
Yeah, it's the Think High crew. What up? Yeah, it's the Think High crew, you know.
just received an
It's the Think High crew. What up? It's the Think High crew, yeah. It's the Think High crew, yeah.
Just received an
It's the Think High crew, yeah. Yeah, it's the Think High crew. What up? Yeah, it's the Think High crew, you know. It's the Think High crew. What up? It's the Think High crew, yeah. It's the Think High crew, yeah.
Welcome to my hood. There ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you could be immortal. If you really drive around, step into the portal.
If you're scared to die, I don't know why, because have you ever died before? So, do you even know what that means? I don't know. You know, like a lot of people say, "Oh, I've died and I came back, and I died and came back, and I saw the light and all this." It's like, well, then why are you scared then? If you think about it, bro, like the people that have these near death experiences that come back and tell us this stuff, then when you talk to them and you ask, like, well, are you scared to die? And they're like, nah, I'm not scared to die now. I was scared before, but I'm not
Right.
scared now. And so that's just the human condition. We all need verification or proof or whatever it is. Because in all reality, the word faith does come from a lack of, because if you have faith, that means you should already believe. That means there should be no word faith.
I mean, it's like then where does no fit in there? Like to know. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Where does that fit in there and all that? So if I know something, how could I believe in
Right.
it if I know it? You know, there's no need to believe in
There's
it
no
or
need to have faith in something that you already
no.
know.
Yeah.
Faith is coming from a lack of like, oh,
If
I better
faith
have
is
faith.
full of doubt, then what the fuck is believing about?
Oh yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Boom.
That's that type of shit.
But I should have had this ready for that. You hit me with a spur of the moment. I would have been ready for a.
Hey. Hey, I gotta come with my punchlines a little early because you and
I'll
Megawatt
be
like to
stealing
sniff
them.
my fucking y'all motherfuckers is punchline stealers.
Yeah. What's up, Megawatt? How you doing today?
What up, guys? I'm here.
I
Grand
hear you.
rising to you. I feel it. Yeah, we in this bitches another fuck around find out Tuesday. Hey, just to start off on a fun note, you know what I mean? I fucked around and found out that Timu is pronounced Temu.
But you know
Hey,
what?
the internet was going
You can
crazy about
still
that.
buy 100 things from them for $5 though,
Bruh, shop like a billionaire is their fucking motto, and god
right?
damn, they ain't motherfucking lied.
Hey, my chiropractor told me that everything in her kids' rooms, from like decoration to bedspreads to clothes,
Hmm.
is from there.
Yeah.
And I was
I,
like, well, you know that like if you go like do some history on DuPont and like
listen, bro, if they
the
can afford a
non-stick
Super
stuff
Bowl
and the
commercial, them niggas
non-flammable stuff,
official.
What? They
Yeah.
had two. What do you mean, two?
Yeah, yeah. I was like, yo, I was like, well, I guess that's not a scam no more because they got Super Bowl commercials.
hell yeah. You know what they did? Everybody that has signed up and used them, they stole your information. They sold your information on the black market and then paid for the
Ah!
fucking ads with that.
Oh my god, that's part of my fuck around and find out. See, stop.
Oh,
Stop
my
it.
bad. My bad.
Stop it.
I was gonna say it too, but it's okay. Go
Stop
ahead.
it. You too. Don't you fucking start. We're not doing this fucking Tuesday, guys.
I
All
saw
right?
that shit
Because
on the
I'll beat
internet.
y'all ass. We'll
Yeah.
fight on air right now, live. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right
I
now.
saw I saw that little statement on the internet and I thought it was funny as hell. I was
There
like,
was like,
damn, bro.
there was like, how long we've been pronouncing that shit Timu, and they finally came out with a Super Bowl commercial. Now we know it's and they made a song so everybody know what the fuck Temu, like motherfucking no, it's not
Right.
Timu, you stupid uncultured swine.
I know, right?
They
Hey,
made a little jingle about it. Yeah,
before you get into the numbers and the astrology, I just
yeah.
want to give a real quick shout out to ourselves. And then I want to give a shout out to, I'm not going to name all the names because we actually have a good amount of orders coming in through the store. And I'm feeling real good about myself right now. I don't know if anybody else is, but I am. And
Oh,
so I
I'm
just
with
want
you.
to tell everybody that has subscribed to the website, which is now
What
almost
up?
60 people, and the people that have accepted the invite to become a member, you're fucking awesome because you're going to get to make money with us. And then for the, what is it, 9 orders that's been placed, Susan,
Mhm.
you were the majority of the money that was brought in, but there was 9 other orders other than you. And so I just want to say thank you to everybody, and your merchandise and or supplements is fulfilled and it's being shipped. So we appreciate
Yes.
that. And when you get it, um, even if you don't talk to us on the reg, if you're just listening from some random place, throw that thing on and take a picture of it and tag us somehow, some way in social media. I'm done.
Absolutely. Oh well, no, you good, bro. I will just second that and say definitely take a picture or a small video or whatever because we'll definitely be tagging everybody, linking everybody with the socials and everything like that. We'll make posts, you know what I mean, and just to bring awareness to the fact that we fuck with y'all for fucking with us so tough. So yeah, I just like to second that and say appreciate y'all motherfuckers for fucking
And
with us
you'll
like
all
that.
have a note from Think High Crew in your package.
Oh yeah, and don't be afraid
Also,
to ask about the affiliate marketing links. We can get you affiliate marketing links. We're trying to get more products and stuff to the store. If you have suggestions, ideas, designs, what you would like to submit to the store, we can put them on leggings, t-shirts, fanny packs, book bags, anything like that. So if
yeah,
you have
we
ideas,
got
we
some
can.
really nice leggings about to
Yeah, you
drop
could
on the
come make some
store
money
too.
with us. Like, oh shit, well,
Yeah,
you know what? I got a dope design. Let me send it over here to Think High Crew. Hey, you want to make some leggings? Yeah, come on, let's make some leggings. We'll put it together, and everybody will get a cut. You got an affiliate marketers link you can put on your TikTok shop, all that other extra cool shit, and you can make some money as well. And we can make
that's
some
right.
money,
Because we
and we can
do
all.
have a TikTok catalog. We're on Amazon store now. We're going to have our eBay set up, and a few other things like that, as well as just our website. But also, we have a new line coming. The S&D is Smash and Dash. And what this is going to be driven toward and kind of cater to is, first of all, there's going to be condoms, Think High Crew condoms, right? S&D, and anything that you can think of that goes with that, because this is just getting started. But the first thing is going to be a condom on a lollipop. Think of a lollipop strip. And from there, we're just going to run with it, and we're going to make sure everybody is practicing safe sex. And damn it, we don't need no damn illegitimates running around this motherfucker.
Well, listen, when there's a problem, there is a solution. So it's really just a tight
When in
grasp.
doubt, put on
Yeah.
the fucking S&D.
Well,
If
no,
you're
it's
gonna
just a
smash
tight.
and dash, that's fine. Do it.
It's
Do it
just an
safe.
understanding of where we are in the world and what these youngsters and the generations below us, like we when we were younger, they had so many safe sex advocates and people out here doing that. But now they tell you right before the Super Bowl that Super Bowl halftime there's going to be a lot of gyrating happening. So you're like, geez, like the family fun shit ain't really family fun shit. um Young ladies are getting their periods earlier. Young men are experiencing different changes, earlier. Hormones are different. It's not like when we were young. So yeah, ain't nothing like to be at where there's a problem we see a solution. You know what I mean? Like if y'all motherfuckers gonna be out here listening to these rap stars and trying to shoot the club up, make sure you fucking stay protected. Stay protected. Submissive and dominant. S&D, what does it mean?
Oh my goodness.
For some motherfuckers, it might be smash and die. Shit. But all right, we can get into the numbers. I'm done fucking with y'all with that. But yeah, definitely it'd be a something dope that we could get into, man. Um, Appreciate y'all. We back, y'all. It's Fuck Around Find Out Tuesday, February the 13th. It's the 13. Well, 13 is the number of the day today, 2024. The vibration of today, to start with the numbers here for you guys, the numeralis, it'll be a cinco. It should be a 5 energy. So that's why I feel so alive and creative today. Some might ask, how do I get that? I mean, for the new folks who don't know, I just added the date up. So 2 plus 13 plus 2024 equals 2039. 2 plus 0 plus 3 plus 9 equals 14. And 1 plus 4 equals 5. I expect the unexpected to happen today. It's a day where changes um, tend to be more acceptable and tolerated, and the expression of a personal sense of freedom is going to be way more imperative. Adventure will be in the air, and when you go on adventures, unexpected shit happens. We can't really know the future, so it's hard to plan for it. I mean, yesterday was a 4, so we talked about building a strong foundation for the future. But right behind it came a number 5, which is going to bring the vibe that is unpredictable, carefree, and creative. It's light, breezy, it's captivating. Also, it isn't responsible like yesterday is. It's never really meticulous. It doesn't go out of the way to intentionally sabotage plans either, though. But it's just sometimes too independent for its own good, if that makes sense. We've seen a whole generation like that. There's a sense of adventure and excitement, and you may want to try something new, or you might want to do something uncharacteristic of yourself. When 5 is around, there's a sense of camaraderie. Although getting things accomplished as a team will be difficult, And five's energy is a bit scattered, to say the least, and that's probably why it'll be a little bit more difficult. And as you can see, it's damn near the opposite of what yesterday was. Misunderstandings will be frequent when five is fucking around in the energy. So take care that you're on the same page with the others in your orbit. I would say, and that you're hearing what you're actually saying to them rather than what you think you might have said. So I mean, obviously your personal cycle number, etiology, numerology, whatever ology that you ology in, is going to have the higher influence on today's number. But once you know your number or your etiology, numerology, or ology, then you will be able to apply five's energy to your own cycle and your own path, and you'll be able to figure out what you need to do and what's most productive for you today. So me being a five and it being a five energy today, I'm kind of like at home with the unpredictable, carefree, creative shit. That's just me. That's what the fuck I do. I'm a Pisces on top of that, so I go with the flow. Sometimes it's upstream, sometimes it's down. But once you know, you motherfucking know, and you can't go back. But then, let me pass this dude before I get to ranting down here to Megawatt. Maybe she got something to correlate with the stars, and maybe the car. Oh no, we going to pulling our own tarot card. So put another
Well,
link
I
down
have
there.
some cards today.
Oh shit! Hey, bring it back, bring it back. All right,
Yes.
Megawatt, it's on you.
All right, so we have a couple cards. Two of Pentacles. This is talking about balance and choosing your choices wisely, making sure that you're handling everything that needs to be handled, and not leaving something um, that you haven't taken care of, being adaptable and flexible. So that's what it's really talking about. Along with that, I have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So when a cup is when the cards are in reverse, you have to read them kind of differently. So in its upright meaning, it's like about love, spiritual wisdom, money, success, and power. And that kind of goes along with the astrology of today, because all of those things that we think are simple to understand right now, they're kind of in a power play in the cosmic weather, and things are really not what they seem. So it's a good idea to make sure before you drink from a cup that you know what is in the cup and how it may or may not affect you. So um, don't don't make sure that don't mistake what's being given to you or being shown to you. Make sure that you investigate it and you're aware of what it is first, so you can take the correct action. And then the last one, excuse me, is the Page of Wands in reverse. So pages are young energy, and they often move quicker than they're supposed to. They have a lot of energy, and they may seem very vibrant, but it's in reverse. So it is asking you to kind of slow down and just like take in all the as much information as you can while you're making decisions right now. It is, there is possibilities with it, so it's not a negative card. It's just asking you to really be aware of what's around you. So um, with the skies right now, um, it's kind of an interesting thing. I would not say that the astrology is in line with the holiday that we're preparing for tomorrow, because we have Pluto, the planet of death and transformation, conjunct Mars, the planet of war, aggressiveness, forward energy, and movement. They're basically conjunct in in the sky, and so what that puts you in is kind of like a it's kind of a defiant energy, and it's kind of like where your stance is ready to fight, and you're just waiting for the other person to throw the first punch. um, it's definitely not the best of energy, so people could be agitated. People could just be, very not in their body, not feeling comfortable. Any little thing could probably spark someone off to say something they should or shouldn't say. So just, you want to be aware, of how the energy is in the room that you're in, and what you can do to either influence it positively or stay away from whatever is negative. The moon is also in Aries, which has an emotional quality to it. So it could be flaring up emotions for people and making them seem like emotional about things that don't make sense. So tomorrow could be extremely interesting because it's going to get stronger over the coming days. So I hope that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, let me know.
Hey, that makes sense. Shit. And along the way, make sure y'all motherfuckers got your head on the swivel, cause today can be some
Right.
shit that might be unexpected. That might be, not part of the fucking plan. But you must learn to roll with the punches, quote unquote, ride the motherfucking wave.
Hey, has anybody heard about, and I'm sure you have, so I wanted to ask Megawatt this, but so I'm sure everybody's heard about the shooting situation that happened with the Joel Osteen in the church.
No, I
And
ain't hear shit. Fuck around,
okay,
find
so
out today. Let me know.
they had an incident happen, and the person had an AR-15 style weapon, whatever that means, and then
Mm-hmm.
it had free or they had written on the gun "Free Palestine." So the woman was classified as Hispanic, not white. But then, she was called white by the media. But then it came out that this person is actually from El Salvador and used to be called a man.
Whoa.
Now, I was just going to ask if anybody else has heard that, and then I was going to ask you, Megawatt, do you know anything about, and if not, maybe we could find out, like Joel Osteen and his birthday and his chart in general? Like what is
Well,
he? What is his
say
signs?
say
Because
that
he's
last.
always involved with some weird shit. He wouldn't let the people come into church, and there's always something to do with Joel Osteen. It seems like there's a lot of
Say
mega churches.
say that last sentence that you said again about what was happening in the church. I'm sorry, it like cut out for me.
Um, so
You said
basically,
she was classified as Hispanic, but the media was saying she was white, and then you said something and it
right,
cut out.
her like her on her documents it said she was Hispanic, but
Mm-hmm.
then when the media reported it, they said white, not Hispanic. But then you find out,
So,
and I don't know if
so
it's
like
right or not, if it's
what
true.
happened? She just went in the church. Like that's what
Well,
Oh, well,
her
she went in the church and she started
yeah.
shooting.
So about an
holy shit.
hour before the Super Bowl,
And
at
so,
least
but she was
for
actually
me.
from El Salvador,
Mm-hmm.
supposedly, and she's actually a man.
What's crazy about it is just that I didn't hear. I'm in Ohio, so it's like maybe I'm limited. Maybe you know what I mean. Maybe they have the media and what they tell people sanctioned off in sections. You know what I mean? Because it wasn't like
It's all
predominant
over
news.
I didn't hear it on normal media. I heard it on new media, which is social media.
Yeah, I
But
didn't hear shit about it at all. Even
I
like,
was just
well,
Here's
interested to know
here's
about Joel
the
Osteen because
well.
he's
I'm
the
just
really
gonna
the one, I
okay.
think.
I'm gonna add one thing because you didn't
Yeah, go
mention
ahead.
it. So, she brought. Well, I'm gonna say she because I don't know the specifics of her gender issue or whatever. She brought a child with her, and the child was also shot. So I don't know if it was her child or someone she just brought with her, but the person was killed after doing the shooting. So,
Right.
and then this child that was with her is shot and is in the hospital. So I thought that was very very
so the chick
interesting.
walked into Joel Osteen church with a child and a
Uh huh.
gun and some ammunition and started
Mhm.
shooting people, or
Right.
just
Right.
And she
shooting in
brought this
general.
child from El Salvador. Okay, now think about it now. She is actually a man per se. That's what I'm seeing. So if she, which is a man, brought a child from El Salvador, whose child is it?
That's a good question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then why is it that this happened in Joel Osteen's church?
right.
So that's why I was wondering what his signs are, et
I'm about
cetera.
to
And
I'm
then
about to look up some shit while y'all do
is he
that too,
going?
just so I can see if
Is
there's
it
any
is it
more
his
news.
time is his number getting punched for him to be involved in some weird shit? Because obviously
Well,
he's part of some stuff.
first and foremost, I would say he is not new to being involved in weird shit.
No.
No, that's why I said
Yeah,
I'm wondering
he's
what his, you know what I mean? Because he's always involved in some stuff.
yeah,
Some
he's always
different type
had
of
his
shit.
hand in
Yeah.
it. I'm reading this chart right now. He's a Pisces sun. He has Jupiter conjunct his Pisces sun. He is a Cancer moon, and let me see if I can.
So he's
what his
secret.
Mm-hmm.
He's
And
got some
his
secret
rising
to him. Pisces would be what?
also secretive, and they're very
Right.
everything is under
Mysterious.
the surface. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Deeper than what it might seem.
Maybe why he's blinking all the time.
It
No, that's
doesn't
because that
look
nigga
like
be
we
lying.
have a time of birth for him, so I can't read up on his rising. I'm not seeing it anywhere here. Um, but what I would say about that, just from a first glance at his chart, is that he is a person who was picked or uh, put in
Chosen.
as a candidate, chosen to be who he is because he doesn't have the traditional dominant traits or placements of like someone who leads people. They have very strong fire placements or like a Capricorn placement. Those are the people that you want like leading a charge of something. And so what they're using is his energetic vibes and the way he communicates and his energy to draw people in and attract them and keep them looped in with what he's saying and doing. Um,
It
so
And
seems
like,
I'm
like
just
the
wondering,
person
I
who
want
did this
to,
shit was too, because they say that motherfucker had training with weapons and shit. Like,
mm-hmm, yeah.
and that they weren't, they had a background with criminal weapons and a whole bunch of
and
shit like that.
so where is his church?
Houston, Texas, I think.
Yeah.
So if I'm not mistaken, isn't that located some type of ley line, or I'm sorry, landline, ley lines?
I don't know if it's on a ley line or not, but he was born there and his church is there. Um, and I would definitely say like that this was something that they felt like he could be this leader. So the placements that he have of Pisces and Cancer, those are typically people who would be a follower. Like if someone was starting a cult or starting an influential group, this type of person, Pisces Cancer placements, they're typically the people that get brought into the group and do the following. So with his placements this way, it tells me that they felt energetically that he could influence people. He does have Mars in Leo, which means that he can speak forcefully and he could, if he got agitated or had enough energy put into him, that he could definitely drum up some energy for people, which is good when you're talking about speaking, because you want people to be connected with what you're saying. But it also tells me that he could be very well versed either consciously or subconsciously in occult practices and or hidden information and keep it extremely secret or on the down low.
And I saw that Susan had said groomed when you were talking, because I think that's accurate also, because his dad was also a pastor, correct?
I don't know. I don't know
And he
anything
took over
really
for,
about him.
yeah, I think, yeah. So I'm pretty sure his dad was, and he just kind of like took the reins, but made it super church, mega church,
I
salesman. I
I
think
had
his dad was
never.
more, yeah, I think his
Yeah.
dad was more along the lines of like, community church. Let's keep it
Mm-hmm.
more real. And Joel Osteen's the dude that'll tell you, you want that car? Go get that car. God wants you to have that car. Fuck that damn payment. You need it. You don't want a car payment, but you want that car? Go get that car. God will give you the money to pay for that. Don't worry about that. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like, bro, come on, man. I mean, like,
Cancer moons, those that is a placement that really worries me. Typically, you would find, and when you double it with a Pisces sun, this is a person who would have extreme addiction issues if they were not healthy. They would be taking any and every substance on top of each other, like drugs plus alcohol plus whatever, on stacking them up on top of each other if they were unhappy and didn't feel like their life was going the way that they wanted it to, or that it's just like they don't want to deal with life. This is someone who would be extremely comfortable turning to substances to get away from all of that.
Gotcha. Um. Well, shit. So
But I don't
basically,
know him.
Basically, he's got the archetype of being open to
Mhm.
being involved with some weird shit if he wanted to. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
for sure. Or
Basically.
or influenced very easily to become involved with shit and not really understand.
Right.
Sometimes when you get
Or to be influenced to be
Mhm.
actually the influencer at the end of the
Mhm.
Well, I
day.
mean, it's all could be also, part of the show where they're like, all right, well, we need some fucking migrant to come in this church and shoot shit up. Just like they had, during the racial high point, they had some, little white boy go into a black church and shoot that shit up to get black people all fucking riled up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we already know the world's a stage, and like no, like this motherfucker comes obviously from over the border. Motherfucker has a extensive background, and it has to deal with guns. Like I don't even know how, you know what I mean. Like everything that the narrative is saying, this person is. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
And
this
so
person is everything the narrative is talking about.
the only thing they would be missing would be the actual stage for it to happen at, and I think
Right.
that stage has been provided by Joel Osteen's
Church.
situation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
So without
Yes.
his rising, I can't speak to the archetype that when you meet someone and you don't know anything about them, how that would imprint on other people. That's usually really important for public figures because what you want is a certain reaction from the person who's speaking or interacting with the public. So I can't tell you how that impacts it, but I would probably say there is going to be a strong placement there to hold up the other two that are less strong and less dominant. So
Okay.
without his birth time, I
No,
can't
you
really
good. That's
say.
just
Gotcha.
we was just wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
And then
Obviously we on the
Susan just
spot. We
said,
do this shit live, so it's not like,
yeah,
we
to
had
move
time to
on
look
from
up on this shit. Yeah.
yeah, to move
So
on from Joel Osteen and his 1,000 blinks a second. Um,
Well, and
we
that
could
that
we
is
could
a characteristic of someone who's lying. When you
yeah.
blink that
yeah,
much, that's a
or it's a characteristic of somebody that's constipated.
Or it's a
well,
characteristic of somebody who's possessed.
Right. But Susan commented, and look, y'all, we ain't been on Podbean long, and she's our first super fan, so bim.
Oh yeah.
But
She
anyway,
says, yeah.
did y'all hear about the plumber that found a bunch of money in the bathroom wall of Osteen, or is it Olstein or Osteen? But anyway, Osteen's
Osteen.
church.
No, I didn't
So
hear about that
nah,
either.
I didn't hear about that shit. That's a
Well,
Houston thing. See, you live in Texas, so you can hear that shit. They don't
yeah,
let that shit out.
they don't let that shit all the way
Joel's
out.
like, hey, all media, I'm rich as fuck.
I
I'm
didn't even
finna
know
throw
that
y'all
somebody was
something.
shooting up his fucking church. You know what I mean? And on top of
Right?
that, it's a fucking Hispanic male who claims to be a female with a child that nobody know, a Venezuelan child that nobody knows belongs to. Like
And then supposedly this
he is
Venezuelan was a
everything.
man.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He's everything the narrative says. Like he's not only was he an Hispanic immigrant, he was also, you know what I mean, transgender. He was also armed, and he had a
Also
child,
illegal, is
and
what.
illegal, and had a child with him. Like so, like the motherfucker was like
Like,
child trafficking at the same time. Like fuck it,
could you be any more?
like that's why it's like to me, I'm like, get how like it just so happened, like just like when they found them passports from the fucking 9/11. Oh,
Right.
the whole fucking plane evaporates, but you guys got these motherfucking passports that are not even scorched or burned or fucking Ah man,
right?
it's just so
And them passports are probably fake as fuck too.
right. What a coincidence! What a coincidence! You know what I mean? Like I don't think it's a coincidence that this motherfucker checks every single box of the narrative right
Nah,
now.
can't
You know what I
be,
mean?
bro.
The
Can't
person
be.
who went in to do it. Now, and
Well,
on top of that,
here, let me go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. Yeah,
I was just gonna say, if you're about to set up the Super Bowl and harvest a large amount of energy, what better way to just give it a
facts.
good spin and just
Right.
push things out there and just rise everything up so that you can
Yep.
just go ahead and I mean, who knows what was going on, behind the scenes, what other people were doing during the Super Bowl that weren't watching the Super Bowl.
Right.
There was probably some very secretive meetings being held or some very negative
Well, if you
meetings
guys want to go into
happening.
some interesting facts, every Super Bowl, 70 to 500 kids go missing.
Oh, it's way more than that.
Well,
It's
well,
way
I
more
mean,
than
I'm
that.
just giving an average because every year as it isn't the same, and this is only from like around that area, like the wherever the Super Bowl's at per se. You know what I'm saying? In that state, you know what I mean. So wherever state the Super Bowl is being held in, there's been few hundred missing children every fucking
They
year.
have
That
they have a special task force that they send to the city where the Super Bowl is being held to try to crack down on
yeah, there's an
child trafficking
influencer that I
during it.
follow, and
Mhm.
he literally put it all in one feed from like 2008 maybe to like now all the way up to 2004. I don't know how far he went, but he
Well, if
took it
it's the
pretty far fucking
influencer, I
back,
think it
man.
is, I would question his information. But anyways, just
If
a
it's
side
any
note.
influencer, I would question
Oh,
their
you always question it, but when
information.
you
Yeah.
go actually look it up, yeah, there's hundreds
Right.
of kids that go missing in each
And
Right.
Super.
they also what's the next highest thing besides child trafficking is prostitution, and they also have a large homeless population in
Oh
Las
yeah,
Vegas.
and
So
Mm.
it's a recipe for disaster, in my
Mm.
opinion. But
yeah, it
Well,
is. It
hey,
is.
before we get into this fuck
Even
around,
fuck
find out
boys be having the
Tuesday,
truth.
because we do have a lot of fuck around, find outs that we found out. Let's just reset this thing and get ready, because when we come back, we might blow some
well,
minds with fuck around, find out Tuesday.
I just want to say one thing before you do that.
Go
So
ahead.
the Lakewood Church, where his sermons and his church stuff used to be the NBA arena for the Houston Rockets, and he purchased it from them. So energetically, you already have the
That's
perfect
what I was getting
compound.
at. Is
Yeah.
like, do
Mhm.
we think that that's like some type of energetic land that it's on?
Mhm.
Because, yeah, that's why. But hey,
Always
what do you
is.
know? Fuck around, find out Tuesday. You just found out that Joel Osteen's church used to be a basketball arena.
I am the first three letters of the word literally. SOTOV supremacy. I raise the bar, they wanna sentence me. Free and out a different entity. I keep them guessing like conspiracy theorists. Soul in the mirror, reflecting my spirit. Higher power, feel it in my appearance. Life is wild when on your grizzly, you bear it. Hear it? I cause meltdowns on wax, cause I gotta keep it lit till it's backwards. Authenticated like if I got my password. Experimentation, I'm giving them lab work. Shout out to the homie scientific. We worth investing for the finest interest. I drop a flow, it stop, drop and roll. Ring the L on cause we fire drilling. And that's on the code. We got 330 rocking, watching for these venomous foes. Trying to eat off this garden, you do it for a piece of the profit. I bring elite peace to the prophets. Got so many ways to eat off this logic. You can starve or feed off this knowledge. This food for thought on the come up. Glow and rise when the sun up. What's a match to Bruce Lee with nunchucks? You can spot out dope, we like a drug bust. So trust the Trinity, JMC, Joe Allende, Nakaso Turpin. Lesson learned, bow to your senseis, cause
I've been on my grind, homie, catch me on the come up. I've been on the come up, you can catch me on that.
We've been so on the come up. Woo, but we've been on the grind.
Numbers never lie, I put that on the 9, boy. I got frenemies, they be trying to drain me for my energy. So I roll it dolo, be relying on my energy. Young buck wanting old money, moving tender keys. Deep notes, potent with seeds, spitting fertility. Ooh, yeah. I can't wait to get my new gear. Infinite body, infinite godly, living like who cares?
Got dominion, I'ma exercise my sonics. I'ma start a project, build a town, a mansion with ebonics. Go away. Look at my stance, yeah. Look at my posture, doing my
Y'all gotta
dance,
feel the energy now.
I got a right mind, not in the trance, yeah. It's in my blood, it's in my way, it's in my pants. Jeans splicing with God, call me sacrilegious. When you finish, you could catch me stacking like gang fingers with digits. Is it wrong to be confident in who I am? I just might be a billionaire just to prove that I can. What's up?
I just wanna make a milli, get my family straight. Yeah, my mama working hard, man, she need a break. Took them shackles off my chains, I won't be enslaved. I've been making moves, homie, now it's checkmate. This is chess playing, we strategize in the best way. Our next move will blow us up like a death ray. Everybody eating, bring a plate cause the chef's great. We whipping up blessings like heaven opened a buffet. Okay, give me something that don't weigh. I'm not a Libra, but balance magic in both trades. I'm on my grind, motivation's divine, boy. We like the moon, reflecting just how you shine. If you revolve around my tribe, understand this is why. We are something special, encounter the fifth kind. A bunch of polished MCs, definition of spit shine. Catch us on the come up, anything else is lunchtime.
Anything else is lunchtime.
I mean,
Let's get into this. It's Tuesday. It's Fuck Around Find Out Tuesday. We already talked about somebody from El Salvador that used to be a man that came here, became a woman, brought a kid with him, went inside Joel Osteen's church and shot the motherfucker up and had Free Palestine on the AR-15. God damn. Is there any way possible that we can make this any more perfect than what has really been going on with the narrative? The only thing they left out was there's a white person that's racist.
Bruh. God.
The only thing they left out was a black drug dealer. Oh God.
Oh,
so anyway,
he must have had on like a Karen wig. So there's got to be something else that like it's just too fucking perfect. He must have had on a shirt that said "Free Palestine" and an American flag pants with, you know what I mean? Like
shit, they probably had a KKK membership card in their wallet that they'll find soon or some shit like that.
You're right.
But,
how is it any more perfect, bro? And you're right, psyop. You know what I mean? Like that's what Susan is saying. You goddamn right. It is a psyop when it's too perfect to be true. Like, come on, man. It's like, okay, it's like what happened with Pearl Harbor type shit. I fucked around and found out, right, that they sent damn near all the Japanese finest pilots in planes, and they didn't even have enough fuel to return. So that's why they were kamikaze, because they couldn't afford enough fuel to buy to return back to fucking Japan. Like, why would you even? It's just a wild type of scenario like that. You know what I mean? Where it's just the perfect scenario that like somebody's like, oh yeah, okay, we're just not gonna have enough fuel to get these niggas back. Nobody does missions like that. But I got a cool fuck around find out that I wanted to talk about because we were talking about the Temu and then y'all spilled the guts about the government about Temu buying people's information. But who do you think bought that information from Temu though? So.
How do you think we pay our bills, bro? Everybody that subscribes to the website, we get their information and we sell it. Shit. Nah, but I'm just saying, this shit is really going on, people. It ain't no fake, make believe.
Let me give y'all some, you know what I mean, some you want to say grounding or backing or landing to stand on. So top intel official says that the United States Kal-El, please, can you be quiet for 1 second? The top official says, or top intel officials say that the United States may be buying your private internet data from companies without a warrant. Excuse me, it's something published by Ron Wyden. He's a Democrat out of Oregon. He published the letters from the NSA and the Pentagon that confirms these type of practices. It says here's a letter from the Pentagon to Wyden. It says the DoD components to include defense intelligence components by commercial data, which includes information associated with the electronic devices being used outside and possibly inside the United States. So basically, the
and didn't you already say Didn't you already say that the FBI had a budget for that too?
Yes, and then now the NSA. This one's from the NSA though.
There's a
That's crazy. So
whole nother budget.
right, so the NSA buys internet data without warrants. Is the Fox headline news, and then the person who did the research behind a lot of this shit. They use a lot of mainstream media, but then there's a couple of slides that actually go into a little bit of what people might call a conspiracy theory, but at the same time it's just asking it, broadening the question. And I just I fuck around and find out almost every week that one of our government agencies has been purchasing some kind of fucking information online. So we just seen Timu on the Super Bowl. Like I said, it's funny as hell. So not like in that shit, or Timu, whatever, that shit was called a scam for the last how long? Ever since it's been out, people are like, man, don't buy from there. You know what I mean? People just
And guess who was
da-da-da-da.
paying for those ads?
Yeah,
Amazon
Amazon,
and
right?
Alibaba.
Right,
Both
right.
of them.
But that just proves that works.
Yeah,
You say don't buy from them, and people are like, "Oh, you can't tell me what to do. I'm gonna go ahead and buy
yeah,
$1,200 worth of stuff from them." So,
yeah.
like the reverse psychology is just it's
Absolutely. Well,
insane.
and then because my wife was like, "Babe, you should try." I'm like, "Man, I'm not. That shit looks so fucking Chinese, like
Hey, I ain't even gonna lie
knockoff."
to you. I ordered one hoodie from that shit, and that motherfucker went in the trash can, bro. That bitch looked like a weird ass situation. I
But
put it
there is
on. I was
shit.
like, man, this don't even look like a hoodie. Get out of
Right,
here.
right. There is some shit I guess you can buy on there that's not gonna be faulty, but you know what I mean. At the same time, but now that them niggas probably up their game up. I mean, since they're buying fucking Super Bowl commercials. But it was just funny that I had seen that, and I was like,
No,
well,
that's
damn.
exactly
So,
why they won't up their game. Is it's a bigger profit margin.
oh yeah, but you know that there's a lot of. All right, put it like this. So like your favorite shit, like North Face and Louis Vuitton, they buy from the same type of niggas. Like I can get online right now,
The only
right?
thing about North Face and Louis Vuitton is they literally never advertise hardly.
Right. But I showed you the one dude, the one Chinese dude's card who gets a certain style of jacket where North Face get a certain style of jacket from. It's the same.
Hmm.
It's the same dude. I sent it to Nova.
That's what I'm saying. North Face and Louis Vuitton and Gucci and Tiffany's and all that, you know what I'm saying? They don't need to really advertise because the bootleg market does it for
Yeah. Yeah.
them.
Well, and it's just crazy because it's like you can get a North Face quality jacket, right? And we can get me and Nova can order 500 of these and have Think High Crew printed on them for fucking dirt cheap. And like you see that these
Maybe we
other,
did.
yeah.
Maybe we didn't. Who knows? Shit.
You ain't gonna find out till you see it on the fucking thinkhighcrew.com shit. But
Right.
at the same time, I'm just saying like it's wild that
Nah,
you can
we didn't
find
do
these.
that though. We didn't do
You can
that.
find these guys. You know what I mean? Mega, I'm just saying like these guys that we think like they're doing something super spectacular. They're still ordering from these Chinese um uh producers. You know, a lot of them aren't shitty. There are shitty ones. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of shitty ones, but there are some that actually produce quality shit that even these big name brands are using.
Let me tell you,
Sure, but
if
they're
you buy
still
merch, if you buy a fan based merch from anyone, it came from the same place as ours did.
Yeah,
Because every one of these companies, drop ship
sure.
companies, et cetera, are using it. Now you can choose different quality of the material.
yeah.
And I'm not saying all of it comes from, there, but just from that experience,
But
I
it's
know
all
that
Yeah,
coming from a Chinese concentration camp, and that's just the
yeah,
fact of the matter, whether you like it or
yeah.
not. So,
Some of them are concentration camps. A couple of them are legitimate production type shit.
listen,
But
listen.
it might be a
My friend,
production camp then instead of a concentration camp.
I have a
Just
friend
fucking with
who
you.
she takes pictures with her family every season. So every time the season changes, they do a family picture, and it's like
hmm
themed and stuff. So for winter, they did this like North Pole looking one, and she ordered her 4-year-old, 5-year-old son a suit, and she ordered it on there because she was only going to use it one time for the picture and then, be done with it. 4-year-olds don't wear suits. So inside of the pocket that was sewn shut, there was a dollar bill from the country that it came from and
uh huh.
a US dollar bill sewn inside the pocket of the pants that were with the suit.
Yeah, I've seen
That's
stories.
weird.
Yeah, well, I've seen stories where the worker, like it was a fucking one of those. I don't think it was Timu. It was what was the other one that was out before Timu? What was the other one? There was another one.
Sheen.
Overstock.
Sheen. No, I don't
Sheen
know
is
if it was.
bad. Yeah.
I don't know. It might have been Sheen. It might have been Sheen. Shein or however the fuck you pronounce it. But they had
Sheen.
got a an
Sheen.
ID card. An ID card was sewn into the pocket of a shirt that they ordered, and they
That's
ripped
weird.
up they ripped it open, and it was like the ID of like a 13, 14-year-old child, and it was the ID of like the mom too. You know what I mean? And like it was like two IDs. You know what I mean? And
Hey,
shit
that
like that.
reminds me of something I
Weird.
did when I lived in Okinawa, Japan. We took a glass bottle that had a cork, and we wrote a message in there and threw it off into the ocean. It makes me wonder, did anybody ever find that shit? Because that's exactly what that sounds like to me.
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
is though, but
mm,
it's sad because you can't really put that spectrum on everybody. Obviously, there might be possible that shit happen for happening in a lot of places, like even in America type shit. So like you can't really put it beyond, but at the same fucking time, you know what I mean? Like I know there's operations that are just like us, who are like, yeah, I'm just trying to keep it real, but it might be so hard to fucking find them. You know what I mean? Because that's how they
yeah.
operate. They don't
I
move like that.
mean, when we chose the manufacturer and shipper that does our clothing, right? We did as much checking as we can,
Yeah.
and we think according to all of the things that they're not involved in anything like that. But fuck, who knows how many who knows how many people they're getting their shit from? You see what I'm saying? So
Yep.
it's hard to like narrow it all the way
Yep.
down. So
Yeah.
I mean, just kind of is what it is. I mean, them Nikes you got on probably the same situation. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah, and what the wild thing about that is, when you actually calculate, how much it costs to make the fucking items and shit like that, it's all been a rip off. And what people are buying is, they're buying into the brands and shit like that.
Absolutely. In
So they're
2018, Nike had a scam that somebody was talking about where they made their shit and who was making it, and stores were pulling it off the shelves, and it was
The
taking a
Uyghurs, right?
nosedive. Huh?
The Uyghurs.
No, it was a football, like a sports person that was
Oh,
talking
but
about
no, I'm
it.
talking about like it was the camps in the Uyghur population that they were
Oh, I don't
protesting,
know.
right?
Yeah, I'm not sure even really. I
Oh.
just remember it. They were stores taking all the Nikes out of the windows and off the displays and putting up a sign of why they were doing it. So
Yeah,
right.
I think it has something to do with the human rights violations or whatever accusations of the Uyghur population. I watched a documentary on that just to get real quick on the Uyghur community, I guess you would say, located in Asia. And man, that's crazy, bro. I mean, if you hadn't, I know everybody's heard of Uyghurs, but like, go look at these people and go like see how they live. And like, it's crazy to think that like there really are getting
Hmm.
annihilated, bro. Like when we talk about these cities that you live in that are like locked up and all this shit, they actually live in these things, man. And it's like it looks like a big ass subway entrance everywhere is what it looks like. And so if you do something wrong or don't do something the right way, you cannot get in there until the next day and shit. So if nobody's checked on the Uyghur situation, go look at it, man, because then you're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on here?
Hey, that's it. We do what the fuck tomorrow.
it
No,
sounds
like
like
man, you've
that
been ahead of
Will.
yourself
It
all day.
sounds
I'm
like
just
that
fucking
Will
with you.
Smith movie where
Right?
he
They
can't
need to
go
fuck
out.
around and find out.
You know what I fucked around and found out,
I'm
guys?
sorry, Megawatt.
It's okay. No worries. Go on.
All right, what was that, Jason?
Oh, I was just saying I fucked around and found out that the European Union now is calling for gendered language such as no man's land to be abandoned, urging policymakers, legislators, and media to use gender neutral alternatives such as unclaimed territory instead.
Wow.
He must have hit some of that good weed or something.
Bro, this shit, you can't make this no man's land, my nigga.
Right?
Like you,
What the fuck?
this is the European Union. Like, come
Mad
on,
Max
guys.
and
Like,
shit.
these are what the fuck. Like, you guys sit around and be like, "Is that a great idea? Like, we should fucking call for gender neutral language, like no man's land. That's abandoned.
Wow.
Fuck no man's land. You can't. No man's land is fucking. What they call it? It's not. It's like a racist term for being gender phobic or some shit.
Yeah, xenophobic. What
And
in
then
the
you
fuck
have
is
the
going
fucking
on?
policymakers and legislators and the media. Are they're urging the media to use gender neutral? These are like the people we elect. Like this shit
Okay.
is.
All right, let me
Oh,
this goes along
God.
with what you're talking about. Okay, so I like to watch the HGTV network because I like to watch home improvement going on because that's something that I do, right? And
Mhm.
so I want to buy a house, I want to flip a house, I want to buy another one. That's just me. That's something I'm into. I'm keeping up with it. I'm doing it. I'm whatever. So I'm watching this shit, bro, and they go from bedroom to bedroom when the realtor's showing people the houses. And it used to be called master bathroom, master bedroom. Now I understand where that comes from. That's back in the days of slavery in the United States when the master or massa, right? That was his bedroom, his bathroom. It was the biggest one, all that at the plantation. So now they call it the primary room, which sounds fucking bogus as fuck to me. I think main bedroom, big one, whatever, but whatever you want to call it. But think about this. So how are we talking about two different things, but they're
Right.
trying to make them the same? You see what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Like slavery was a thing. Now,
Right.
homophobic is a thing, but
Right.
no man's land
Right.
has nothing to do with being homophobic.
That has nothing to do with sexuality
At
at
least
all.
at least calling it a master bedroom and a master bathroom had something to do with
Right.
what it was called during that time.
Right.
And so if you're a black person or a white person that don't want to think about that type of shit or whatever it is, fuck, you might walk into a place and if somebody says master bedroom, you'd be like, man, don't call that shit that.
Right. Then
But
you
how
get
can you
sued.
just
Then
be
you get
like,
sued for derogatory fucking language to
right,
you know
but
what I
how
mean?
can the
Somebody.
media say,
Yeah.
oh, well, we're not going to say no man's land anymore because that
Right.
offends people? What are you even talking
But
about?
not see, and that's like the media, sure. So, okay, so the media decides to be politically correct for people or whatever, right? But like the fact that you have policymakers and legislators who, sit around and like these are the topics that they discuss, it means that, like we have completely lost all fucking moral dignity. Like
Mm,
the moral compass is like there is none. You know what I mean? Like
right,
nigga, like we're like y'all motherfuckers sat around for how long? Or y'all got paid to sit around and talk about
right.
changing
Hey,
words?
well, Susan just brought up something and Megawatt agreed in the chat. So Susan said there's more slaves now than there ever has been. And I
Facts.
agree with that. And think about this. At what point in time has there been slavery and the slaves knew they were slaves for the most part? Because when the mass amount of, because we ask ourselves that all the time, we're like, well, how was it that a few of these people were able to keep a bunch of these people in check and nobody just said fuck this shit? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm a slave anyway, motherfucker. We finna either get out of this bitch or they got to shoot everybody, and they can't shoot everybody because them old ass guns wouldn't shoot but one bullet at a
Fucking
time,
muskets.
so they could have overtook them. But think about it though. So maybe those people didn't know they were slaves either, for the most part, and some of them did. Just like we're sitting here knowing that
Right.
they're
And
slaves
I
and
think
we're
I think there's
slaves.
a
Well,
lot
we
of
know
lot
we
of hidden
are.
stories in that type of shit too. Cause like even if that shit happened the way that it happened, I'm sure that there were a lot more Nat Turner type motherfuckers than there weren't. You feel what I'm
Right,
saying?
Susan, physical slave versus debt slave. Yes, but think about this. You could buy your way out of slavery.
Yeah. Well, and most of the slaves who were
So it's
sold
all to
into
do with
slavery
money.
were already in debt to the family that sold them. So if you ever watched The Woman King, dope film.
Yep, I saw it.
Yeah, it kind of depicts and gives you an idea of how that shit kind of worked. You know what I mean? Obviously, you know, there were slave traders and people who would hire pirates, European Vikings, pirates, to go and capture people from foreign lands and you know and keep them in slavery. But there was also, you know, actual,
But
you
there
know,
had to be somebody actually in
in
Africa.
Africa, you know, selling slaves, you know, that they had. But the slaves, but and a lot of you know Africans and a lot of black people, they say, oh well, it's not the same slavery. It's like you know, they used to eat at the same table. But I know a Nigerian lady who was a princess, and she's like, yeah, my grandfather, her grandfather, not like her great grandfather, her grandfather, sold motherfucking slaves to Europeans, and he would joke with the grandchildren and say, "Ha, you know, you keep acting up, you know, and we will sell you to the white man." This is a practice that has been happening for a long motherfucking time. Like, you know what I mean? So like that shit is not new per se, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm
Right.
like, when it comes to, you know, yeah, I think like obviously they rewrote history. I think there were a lot more, you know, a lot more slaves who might have stood
I
up and took over, you know, plantations. And I think there were a lot more, you know, I think there was some rich black people who had slaves too.
Yeah, I read something in where in Africa, the black people that were slaves were told that the white slavery was easier of a life than black slavery was, and some of those people agreed to
Yeah,
go from Africa to the United States, or to what we call the United
yeah,
States, in hopes that even though they would still be enslaved, that it would
right.
be not as
Oh,
difficult
Yeah.
as where they
they
were.
were like migrating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
just tricked them. They're like, look, you know what I
yeah.
They
mean?
were like on the immigration trail.
Yeah, and then there was some, like you said, there was some that was tricked. There was a queen who
And the
actually, I
borders were
guess,
open then too.
tried to get to America, to because after she found out how the slaves were being treated, which I don't know how the fuck she found out. You know, I don't know how they do messaging back then. You know what I mean? How they sent messages or how they were able to receive and intel from shit like that. But when she found out that, you know, the slaves in America weren't being treated, you know, how she was told they were, she tried to get to America to fucking free slaves. But you know, obviously that trip ain't nothing fucking easy. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, you hear all of this type of shit. You know what I mean? But who fucking, you know, like you said, who fucking, you know, really actually knows the truth unless you were there?
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah. Um, Nova, repeat that statistic you said about financial slaves or real slaves. Say that sentence again.
Yeah, a reset at another
Oh,
point in time. Wow, that's crazy. Yep.
oh no, I was just saying, there's physical slavery and there's debt slavery through
But
debt.
but but
Yeah.
but now it's become to where there's no difference between the two.
Facts.
It's almost
Synonymous.
inseparable, and one way
Well,
you can know that.
I think it's all to do with sort of a debt. And if you can buy your way out of that debt, then you're not
Yeah,
a slave.
Right.
that's true. And how one way that people did that over the weekend was 1 in 4 people in Las Vegas voted on the Super Bowl or Super Bowl related trivia or questions or what have you. And it was the highest recorded wagered game on the Super Bowl in history. 185.6 million was wagered on one game.
Nice. Yeah,
So
and that's just out of Vegas.
just here,
Wow, that's
Nevada Gaming
crazy.
Control just released the facts. They're the figures.
Right. And that's also the report that's got all the people left off of it that ain't that
Did
don't
it
want to, you know what I
do
mean?
it
That
in
don't
person?
you're,
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
yeah. This
That's
is
crazy.
legal booking. So
Hmm.
inside the casinos.
Right. Yeah, and then you've got all
And
those platforms like DraftKings and shit like
uh
that
huh.
people can
It doesn't
use,
count
but
any of that
I
stuff.
can't do it. I tried to do it, but my state says it's illegal, so they won't let me do it. So that's cool.
My state says get off your computer and go to one of the buildings. So
right? I wouldn't. You know what? I could live in Vegas and be totally fine because I'm never a better. I've literally never bet on anything in my life except for myself.
I feel that.
And I might not always get the moonshot on myself, but I always gradually make profits. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know what I fucked around and found out? China literally created the first mini nuclear battery that lasts 50 years without fucking charging.
That sounds extremely fucking weird and dangerous to me.
Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
look, I'm gonna be honest with everybody here. No offense, but if I walk in your house and you tell me you got a nuclear battery in that bitch, I'm leaving. I don't even want to be around nothing like that right now
Oh my god. I'm just
because
saying, like,
you know, man, that reminds me of this. The United States came with the first spaceship that was
Wait.
powered by hydrogen and
Hey, but
oxygen and
what
all this
was
shit.
we
And that was
just
a
talking
goddamn
about,
nuke.
though,
That
no?
was an atom bomb that they were
Right.
basically sitting on. That's
Bro,
crazy.
bro, what was we just talking about the other day? Like, if the technology we see, if China's like, hey, we can launch a sun, they're 300, the technology we don't see is 300 years, 250, 300 years ahead of that. So they're telling us now, hey, we got a fucking battery that can fit in your phone. You never have to charge that bitch for 20 fucking years, 50 fucking years. Like, then what the fuck do they really got? You know what I mean? Like,
They
you
have
can,
a
you
lot
can,
of stuff.
hell yeah. And that's just,
So,
it just
all right.
fucked me up.
So at
Just
this point, basically,
yeah.
what we're being told to believe is
Right.
that China in
Uh-huh.
some cities, maybe everywhere, they can make it to where it's 24 hours a day sunlight.
Yeah.
Like as soon as the real sun goes away, boom, they light up the
Yeah.
other one.
Yeah. Well,
That's
who knows which
crazy.
one is the Yeah, bro. You remember it was like
I
last
mean,
year.
I know that, but I'm thinking about it in that way. You know what I mean? And
Right,
I'm
but
like, damn, like,
well, what makes that crazy? What's
well, what
crazy
that
about
makes
that?
is that makes a city that never sleeps and motherfuckers can work
But
24/7 and
eh,
pump out
It
but
more
does.
shit than
It does.
ever.
but Nova, the way they did it though, Nova, is what's amazing to me. You know what I mean? Because they took the same machine that created the atom bomb. It was an old, testing, ground for the atom bomb and shit like that. And what a collider, you know what I mean? They were splitting the atom. That's what a nuclear weapon does. It splits the atom and
Mhm.
creates the explosion. They
That's what
reversed
CERN is for
yeah,
people that don't know.
they reversed the polarity, and they were able
Right.
to hold that at a constant stream in one point for so long that it created, like a sun. You know what I mean? And they were and it put out more energy than they used to make it, and it's sustainable. So they and that's what makes me think the sun ain't hot, but that's a whole nother fucking topic for
Right. And
another
what the fuck does
fucking day. But
sustainable mean in that little sentence there?
well, it means that they were able to point this energy
So
and direct it.
it just powers itself.
Yes.
It
So it's
doesn't
like,
have a nuclear battery powering it.
yeah, it's like the opposite. It's like, it's basically, what does the sun do? What is that? Nuclear fusion instead of
They're like,
splitting
somebody get
atoms
up there and
fusion.
plug the fucking sun in, damn it. Sun
Well, I
came
mean,
unplugged.
and that's just crazy though, because like they created that in the sky. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like they
bro, that
created
is
that in the
very
sky. Nobody got
odd.
burnt, but then you got them. They were able to take that type of shit and then put that and then miniaturize it so that you can put it in your phone now. You know what I mean? But yeah, they launched the artificial sun last year, and then this year
Okay,
we got a battery that can.
obviously, if you
Yeah.
could create a sun, that is part of what would be considered weather manipulation, kind of, right?
No,
So,
absolutely.
and solar manipulation and all this other shit.
Man, that's
What
just
if we
crazy.
had fake suns
Well, that's
over
what I say. Who
the
says
big
that though?
ice caps?
How we know that the
Whoa.
original is the original shit?
Right. What
We
the
just
original
call it
might
the
be.
original.
The original might have just they might be finna unplug the original.
See,
The
you
original
know
one's
what,
old
bro?
and out of style.
Bro,
They
you
gotta
know
get
what's
a
so
new one.
crazy that you say that, bro? Hunger Games, you know, when I first watched Hunger Games, it had me believing that we live inside of Earth right now and that the sky that we see is artificial, everything is artificial. But like we literally already live inside of Earth, kind of like some Matrix type of shit. And they've just
Mhm.
created this artificial sky and dome that, you know what I'm saying, that we're under, but we're really inside the Earth right now. And it's just that sky's a hologram, the moon's a hologram, so is the sun, and all
Right.
this other shit.
And
You know what I mean?
and
Like
the
that
way
shit's
to
crazy.
really blow somebody's mind is to say, how do you know we're not?
I know, right? And then people are like, "What are the stars in?" I'm like, "Well, that's just holes in the crust, you know what I mean? Because we're inside the Earth. That's just the
Or
holes."
it could be like, what is the stars like? Oh, I don't know. I've actually never been there.
Man, that's the rabbit hole it leads me down. I'm like, so these motherfuckers created a sun 1 year, then turned around and put that fucking energy into a battery small enough to power your fucking phone for 50 fucking years.
Mhm.
What the fuck is next? If they're doing that, like they're 300 years ahead of the shit that we're not. Yeah, a sun, like SUN, like they launched a sun. They called it
Yeah.
a launch. They launched it for like an hour or two, and it sustained fucking energy for for as long as they tested it or whatever. And they're trying to bring be able to fucking bring life to barren land and shit like that, to no
Yeah.
man's land. They want to
Right.
bring life to no man's land and shit
I
like that.
wonder I wonder if the European Union is going to be to influence China not to say no man's land, because they got
Oh
a lot of no
shit.
man's land in
They
Asia.
do.
Boy, that
That's
shit's
why that was
crazy.
a part of reason why they were trying to do that shit. And a lot of people were upset about them. They thought that they were trying to create some kind of nuclear weapon, but they were literally trying to create an artificial sun that they could use to light the fucking, parts of the world that don't get the sunlight it needs to be
Right.
fruitful.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Talk
And
about GMO. Holy shit.
but oh my god. It's just like the in,
Gen-
1 year they beat it,
a
bro.
genetically modified organism grown by or powered by a fucking genetically created sun.
I know.
That's
And then,
fucking
but wait
weird.
though. But then they
Or not
miniaturized that,
genetically,
bro.
but scientifically.
That's all this. That's all this battery is, bro. They took that miniature sun, that artificial sun that supposedly even burned brighter than our original sun, right? They
Hmm.
took that and they miniaturized the technology, my nigga, into a fucking cell phone battery, my nigga.
And
You see what I'm
that
saying?
mean,
Like, damn, like that was 1 year ago they launched this fucking sun, bro. We were still
right.
on Twitter. We made a Twitter space about it. Like, get the fuck out of here.
So
Like, we couldn't believe it.
basically,
In 1 year,
these
bro.
batteries
Yeah.
will never go dead.
50 years without charging.
Wow. Wow. That don't even make no motherfucking sense,
I'm
man.
just
That's
saying, bro.
crazy.
I
I mean,
fucking
no,
love it.
it makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, it's like, so who's profiting off this though?
Bro, but I don't know what's gonna
Because
happen to these niggas.
when
They
you
could
make
just disappear,
batteries,
bro.
when you make batteries that can last 50 years, like, is that a test for something else? Because who's gonna sell
Yeah.
batteries that last 50 years? I mean, the only way you can make money is if you sell them for $1 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, or it's gonna be military technology. It's still, you know what I mean? Like they maybe they're looking for investors and shit. I don't even know why, but you know
Hmm.
how China do. You know what I mean? Like they'll put some shit on the internet. They love the technology.
Well,
That's what their
think about it.
TikTok is over there. That's like technology and science and doing dope shit like that.
What
You know what I
if
mean?
what if the plan is to eliminate the reason for electricity for the most part by powering it with one of these batteries?
Yeah, or like what if you put that in a fucking gun? Like and now you have
Hmm.
directed light like they've been doing in Chile. If we fuck around and found out that they set Chile on fire like they set Hawaii on fire allegedly. But y'all could do y'all, we could maybe tap on that for what the fuck Wednesday. But
Maybe you could say Chile. Maybe you could say it like that.
Chile.
Yeah.
Chile.
Okay.
Like that with an act. I got a Chile.
No, it's just not. I mean, it's
Chili. I know.
not chili is like a soup or whatever. So
I'm with you.
yeah.
Well, Well, hold
That's
on.
Archosaurus.
Since we're saying that, we got to say that chili's actually not soup. Chili's chili,
Well,
and then
okay.
soup is soup.
All right.
Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
But no, yeah,
If
it just fucked
I'll have
me,
the chili soup, please.
fucked me up. And oh, you
I
know
have
what?
the
You know what I wanted
chicken
to talk to
noodle
y'all
chicken noodle
about?
chili soup.
Did y'all see that fucking commercial from Robert Kennedy? What, the Super Bowl commercial?
Yeah, I did. It
Yeah,
looked
but
like
did you
our
see what
fucking
he said about
website.
it?
It
What did
looked
he
like our
say
He
about
said he
website.
didn't authorize it.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't
Well,
even know that.
good then, because I need to know who did, because them motherfuckers took our damn style of our website. We even text each other. As soon as that shit came on, I text Jason and I said, "Man, did you see that motherfucking shit?" And he was texting me at the same time. My text went through to him. He was like, "Did you see Kennedy's?" Da-da-da? I'm like, "Oh wow, that shit was crazy."
He straight up went old school 50s propaganda on the motherfucker. I'm like, God damn,
He
somebody fucking know we
So
are.
he
he
didn't.
said it
So who
was
did?
he said it was taken from a speech that he gave, and I didn't see the commercial. I just saw him talking about the commercial, and that they like
Another proof that AI
prioritized.
is running things.
Or
AI
or
created that.
or
Oh,
or it was an influencer or a creator, you know what I mean, of that sort who just did that shit, and you know what I mean, like,
Wasn't
and
it
put
a
it out.
Pfizer commercial?
No,
Am I wrong? Wasn't it a Pfizer
no. It
commercial?
was just an
no, it was
old
just like an
school.
ad campaign.
Yeah, it was an ad campaign. It was
Oh.
old school, like 50s. Like if you've seen it, you'd be like, oh, it just reminds you definitely of like the propaganda
It reminds
wars
you of
that
some
presidents
images
used
off
to
our
have.
website. Period.
Well, he said that
100%.
when you're running for something, that the way the ad was, it was against the campaign rules. So, and he didn't authorize it, and he has a big statement on his website. So I don't know.
Yeah, it was but it was pretty. I mean, I thought it was pretty dope. Actually, little ad type shit. But you know, we already know that you know what his peoples was into. But I just thought it was cool because I fucked around and found out like um,
Yeah, I
we're
agree with
not the
that,
only
Susan.
ones. Yeah, we're not the only
He's,
ones tugging at nostalgia. Put it like
yep.
that. I see what she said. Yeah,
Uh,
many are right now. Same here because everybody feel that same type of way. Everybody feels that fucking vibe. Like, look at the bro. They just created a fucking battery for your phone, laptop. It's small enough to power. There's motherfuckers in Nigeria who powering shit off the fucking energy in the air. Like, there's motherfuckers drinking water from machines that just pulled it from the fucking air. And yet, like,
Mm-hmm.
these motherfuckers sit in city councils and in the European Unions and NATO, and they talk about we can't call moms no more. They're birthing people. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I know.
This
You know
shit
what I
is
want to
And
say
retarded.
to him? Slow it down.
like Susan said, we long for that human connection.
Yeah.
Scientifically, we're made to have human connection, and COVID put us all into a silo, or put us all into a place where we
It
didn't
did
have
something
that.
to
And so
motherfuckers.
now
And now
we're
people are
more.
just fiending for it. They're like, oh,
They
yeah, give
are
me
more
anything. I'll
so.
take it all. VR for life. VR for life. VR for life. We're still here. We're not going anywhere. We're just gonna play a little something.
Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. You moving too fast for a nigga, baby. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. I'm tryna get that ass, little mama. Can you slow it down, slow it down, slow it down? You moving too fast for a nigga, baby. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. I'm moving slow motion for me.
As Juvie would say, slow down for me. I'm trying to grip that ass.
Hey, shout out to Juvie. Definitely was the inspiration.
So that's what I was saying. Maybe they should just slow it down just a little bit, because guess what happened to the Challenger? You remember the Challenger, the spaceship? It blew
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
The people that were behind it was like, look, it's not ready to go. These O-rings are going to leak, and then they're going to let this hit that, and it's
Susan
going to
said
blow
it
up.
fake blew up.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, well, you know, I don't know. That's the thing is, If it blew up, it blew up. If it didn't, it didn't. I don't know.
It
You know what I
blew
mean?
up. No, for sure. We seen it blew up. Like we
And
watched
hey,
something blow up.
you know, and another thing too, bro. Okay. Now I understand that these rockets from SpaceX land themselves and we can reuse them like that. And it's cheaper and easier to do that. But the rockets and the boosters, whatever you want to call them, from those spaceships back then, we could reuse them. They parachuted down into the water or on land. We went and retrieved them and reused the motherfucker. So what's really different about anything that's going on?
It
It's
ain't,
just
bro.
the
It's just
technology
so like
gets a little bit more advanced and
yeah,
it's
and then
done
you
a different way.
hear, but then you hear all this shit though. Like so, like the narrative right now, like if you look all over, like the narrative is, they're trying to put U.S. against China, U.S. against Russia because of the Ukraine shit. They're tugging at the Palestine and the other shit, and behind closed doors, like shit's actually coming out. Like there's been reports that U.S. firms have spent billions of dollars in blacklisted Chinese technology that they're not supposed. You know what I mean? Like you're not supposed to be fucking investing in shit like this. And
Yep.
everybody's like, oh, they're doing business with China and they're fucking the country. They're doing business with China. They're fucking the country. The whole shit, especially for technology. Like we have godlike technology, y'all. Like y'all don't get it. And then we're still just a fucking subhuman type of fucking creatures. Like we still think with our dicks and shit. You know what I mean? Like to the point where a whole cult about fucking aliens and Nephilim and shit like that, and they fuck a lot.
The
With our fucking
Raelians.
cloning, our cloning
Raelians.
motherfuckers to be able like it's that deep. Like wow, you mean and you see the shit right? So they've made so many investments, about $3 billion in the PRC technology companies that facilitate human rights abuses, including genocide and military weapons and chemical weapons and like all types of fucking crazy fucking shit. And like nobody's being hung. You know what I mean? Like you just fuck around and find out just how crazy it is. But guess what? Guess what's gonna happen this fucking election year? They're gonna be motherfuckers up there. Well, my opponent invested in these companies who were fucking spent millions on blacklisted Chinese technology. You can't. They're gonna be ads about that shit. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna
Exactly.
be dogging each other about it. But all of them are doing it. You know what I mean? All of them are fucking doing this shit.
Mhm.
So it's just
Instead of saying you supported bombing in Syria in 2014, they'll be like, well, your PAC money came from a hedge
yeah,
fund that invests in da 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 da. You know what I mean?
yeah, bro. And like
Same
every time I
stage.
go on a fucking, every time I go on these deep dives, like I just find out like we know that information is the number one thing, and the thing that these podcasts do is that they make information available or convenient. Put it like that. It provides. This is why podcasts are going to be big because it provides conveniency to the information. You don't have to go looking for it. You could kind of just stumble across it, and once you have a group of individuals who are willing to put out a different perspective, then once you have that, and it's conveniently there for you. So then now you can fucking do more, learn more about what the fuck's going on
Yep.
around you without really having to do too much.
Well,
And
during World War II, there was people that had radio shows that
yeah,
were considered podcasts.
oh yeah, for sure.
So, and then think about it. Every time you watch one of those dystopian type movies, you always see some dude in a camper with all these antennas and shit running a show or something, and it's all about aliens or end of the world or whatever in the fuck it is. So they always show that part, but then they make it seem crazy with the alien or the the end of the world type scenario or whatever. They never show the part like we're doing right now, just talking
Right.
about real shit, bro.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Yeah, because I mean, when it comes down to it, when you make these understandings, then you can I don't know. Some people might get depressed by it. Some people might seem like, oh, it makes it kind of gloomy. But for me, like I just fuck around and find out how infinite the situation is for me. You know what I mean? Like, and how deep it could actually go, and that shit's fun for me. I don't know.
Yep.
It makes it more interesting because you never know.
Well, it's just the excitement of not knowing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
And
the journey. Like, what the fuck's behind? Like when people used to be scared of the basement as a kid, I was like kind of intrigued by it, you know?
yeah, like shit. I'm kind of scared, but I'll still go down
But
there.
I
I
still
mean,
go down there, right?
yeah,
You know?
but as soon as as soon as the step creaks, fuck it, I'm out.
Yeah,
Y'all right. Y'all right. There's something in there. I don't know what'd you see? Nothing, but that motherfucking step made a noise.
Yeah,
But I'm good. But
Yeah.
during the daytime when the lights are on, ain't shit wrong.
for
So
sure.
you see how our mind is just like so fucking powerful that we can know that during the daytime, you turn the light on. What's the difference? If the basement's the basement and it's dark, what's the fucking point or the matter if it's daylight outside or dark outside? You still got to turn the light on down there.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just that
You
thing
do.
in our brain. It's
Hey,
weird.
I got a funny fuck around find out, right? Yo, did y'all know? I mean, I had a feeling, obviously. You know what I mean? That you know a snitch kind of when you see one. But did you ever know that Reverend Al Sharpton was like, paid informant for the FBI? I fucked around and found out that he was actually
A lot
a
of
paid
those
informant.
A lot of those people are. He's also best friends with Aretha Franklin, which is really interesting.
Yeah, it is. It was really interesting. It made me, because you read shit and and you see shit. And obviously back in the day when he was doing certain shit, right? You thought like, how did he get there? How did he get in, you know what I mean? Like in the fucking position that he was in type shit, right? So I was just fucking around and found out. And then like 2024, here we go. I just found out that motherfucker. I fucked around and found out that he was. I mean, he looked like a snitch. He looked, he looked like a snitch. He kind of
Yeah.
moved like one. Like I ain't even gonna lie. Like if
Yeah.
you were to be like, what does a snitch move like or look like? I'm like
Yeah.
kind of like Reverend Al Sharpton. But that's just
Mhm.
my personal perspective on what a snitch looks like. But then you come and find out like he actually was. He was actually a paid FBI informant. And like he said, he even made a speech about it. With his little body, big head ass. Go
Yep.
fucking sit there.
Bobblehead.
Go sit there and be
You
like,
don't even need a bobblehead, dog. Just set his ass on the fucking
that little big head nigga
dashboard.
said,
That son of a bitch would be up there.
Nova, that motherfucker said, "Hey, I didn't think I was a snitch. I just felt like I was an informant. Like what the fuck?
I just felt compelled to tell on somebody
I
and
just
go
thought that
undercover
I
to
was
find it out.
complying with I thought I was complying with our national government. You know what
I
I'm
just
saying?
saw something wrong and that was against the law, and I just felt
But like the
compelled to.
shit that he did was fucked up. He fucking stopped a lot of actual like positive movements that were
Well,
demonized.
you know
by
what? Every time he opens his mouth, he fucks up.
God damn.
Every time
boy.
he supports somebody, he fucks up.
And
Hey,
Because he's
who
always
else
on
is
some
he really good
bullshit.
friends with? Who else is he really
Soros?
good friends with? Nope.
Donald?
Louis Farrakhan.
Oh yeah,
Louis
yeah,
Farrakhan. Mm-hmm.
yeah. Why not?
And that's fucking weird to me because it's like, this Farrakhan guy is supposed to be all this militant, fuck this, we taking ours, and then you fucking around with this little dickweed ass dude that tells on people.
Yeah. I mean,
Damn.
Farrakhan was back around Martin Luther King and motherfucking like
Malcolm
to me-
X. He was
to me,
against
he
X.
was a sur-
He
he
told
was a
everybody.
survivor.
He told everybody to go against Malcolm X.
He was
The
a
whole
survivor.
Islam-
Al
the
Sharpton
nation of
is a survivor. How many niggas was doing that type of shit back then? And them niggas the only niggas to survive publicly? You feel what I'm saying? They still have a public relationship with the whole fucking United States and leaders and Senate and shit like that. There was
Yep.
so many people.
By
back
the
then
way,
who
y'all,
was
it's
doing
Black
shit like
History
this.
Month, so that's the only reason we're talking about these black
Oh,
people is because it's
good.
Black
Then I
History
got
Month.
something I need to bring up.
For
Okay,
sure.
it's
What's
Black
up?
History
wanna-
Month.
I want to bring something up.
Bring
I don't
it
know
up.
if
Black
y'all
History
covered
Month.
this yesterday. So if it's a duplicate, I certainly apologize. But I
No,
do
you
want
don't.
to send my Yes, I do. My congratulations to Ursher, who got
Ursher?
married after the Super Bowl. I don't know if you
Yeah,
know that.
I saw that.
Congratulations, Ursher.
Yeah. Yep, to his longtime.
You ain't the only one who
10-year
call him
younger
Ursher. They call him that in the
girlfriend.
hood. You've been hanging out in the hood too much, Megan White. I'm gonna need you to.
Oh.
I could
You
tell
don't want
because
me
you
to do
said
that?
That's
No,
his
it's okay.
dad's name, right? That was his dad's name, Ursher.
Yes, he's the fourth It's the
Yeah.
fourth Ursher.
Fucking Ursher. I mean, I
You want
guess
me
it
to
sounds
not do
better than
that?
Usher. No, I'm
Yeah,
just
it
saying.
sure does.
I guess it
I
sounds
know
better than
Justin
Usher.
Bieber calls him that, so
Ursher.
Hey, you know what's funny is I heard Ursher talking, and he was describing his story, but he was really talking about Justin Bieber's story. It blew my fucking
really?
mind because I know how Ursher came up. He's from Chattanooga, Tennessee, and he blew up in Atlanta, and
Uh-huh.
he
Well,
had
he
nothing
moved
to
to
do
Atlanta for
with
that reason.
right. And so, you know,
Yeah.
like he was talking about how Justin Bieber was as a young kid or whatever, playing his guitar and on, you know, and collecting money, et cetera, et cetera. Ursher said that he did that, but he just didn't ever learn to play the guitar. So he just like beat on stuff and sang. And I'm like, bro, I fucking know people that produce shit for you when you were coming out, like this guy Aaron the Hitman Pittman and
Right.
and Dallas Austin and shit. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, you wasn't out there on the corner singing, motherfucker. You was in a talent agency, homie. Come
So
on. And it just shows you, like,
unfortunately,
can't believe
he
Ursher.
is a
I
Libra.
love his music though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Well, I mean,
I
the
was
proof
loving
is
the
in the pudding.
performance.
His very first song, "You Make Me Wanna Leave the One I Went, Start a New
Yep. And
Relationship,"
hang on,
was written
before
by
you're taking
Neo as a 15-year-old boy. So
you're
Mhm.
taking my punchline, so
sorry,
step
my
off.
bad.
He married a Libra and he is a Libra, so you can bet that one,
That
she's
they're
gonna wear the
Libras.
pants in the family. She's the pants wearer, and that both of them will not be able to be faithful to each other. So this is not going to be a long-term situation.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what? To me personally, I don't really care about being the pants wearer because that's a lot of damn shit that comes with it. So
I just don't wear
me and
no
my wife
fucking
pretty
pants.
much.
I just be around this
I was about
bitch
to say, me and my
ass
wife
naked.
walk around this son of a bitch naked as fuck, and
Okay.
but I get what you're. But you don't want to know any more than that, do you? She was like,
Okay.
okay, I'm done. I don't want to hear anymore. But
No.
no, I think
Well,
that I think you're
sometimes,
right.
yeah.
I think you're right. I think that she will be the one. Like that was like she was involved with like some of his Vegas stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
was she like a performer on his tour on his show or some shit or what was she the
I think
producer of
she's
it?
a dancer or a choreographer. I think something like that.
Oh, okay.
Black History Month, they trying to make Johnny Depp a black woman. I mean, not Johnny Depp, but
I know, right?
Replace Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
Shout out.
I saw that.
They
Hey,
considered it, I guess.
how many appearances or speeches or anything has the Vice President of the United States done for Black History Month?
She had a party at her house last summer. Does that count?
No, I'm talking about this year.
I don't know.
Okay.
I haven't
I
seen
was just
her.
wondering because I was
I think I
wondering
might
if
have
she was
seen her
still.
talking about. I did see her talking about the tax credit.
I was just wondering if
talking
she
about
was
that,
still
but-
black or not, or if she was like not black at this point,
Man, they ain't
or
never
not
black,
right
bro.
now.
Not when they getting that office, bro. You can't be black in the White House, bro. The closest, even to this day, the closest thing to a black president is still Bill Clinton and Obama.
Trump, maybe Trump too now.
Maybe Trump.
Trump,
Yeah,
boy.
straight black
remember,
male,
they all
according
have
to a lot of shit.
they all have the same DNA characteristics, so be careful what you wish for.
Oh, they all have the same mother. They all related.
Yeah.
Shit, a fucking fourth grader taught us that shit.
Mm-hmm.
A fourth grader came out and showed us the whole family tree and said they all fucking cousins.
Yeah. And you know what she should have said too was that we're all related.
Yeah, no way.
We're all here. We're all related. We can't go nowhere. We don't know where the fuck we came from, and we don't know where the fuck we going. And if you say that anything other than that, I need some goddamn solid, hard in the rock proof.
Hey, but you know what I did fuck around and found out something for my local people. If you are in Ohio or in the Ohio area, I fucked around and found out that we was talking about the immigrants and shit, and we had started with what happened to
Legal
Joe.
or illegal?
Illegal immigrants.
Okay.
It started with
'Cause I would
John.
hate to classify somebody that came here legally as an illegal
Yeah,
immigrant.
for sure. So yeah, let me correct myself. Illegal immigrants, but we started with the Joel Osteen thing. But I was doing some digging while we was talking, and I found out that Butler County in Ohio offers disaster training to civilians in preparation of imminent terror attacks and election interference amid federal warnings.
So
So
yeah,
That's fucking awesome. That's fucking awesome.
and,
That sounds
and
fun.
I would take that training because I think people are going to need it, and
I thought
I
that was cool too.
Yeah,
I
shit.
mean,
I
normally gonna
rate.
fuck around, find out we be hearing some fucked up shit, but I
Right.
figured I'd throw some
There's
shit in there like that was like
yeah.
okay.
The
well,
thing
I heard
is how
something
much how much
I
are they
don't know.
charging for
I don't
that?
know.
They're like, we need 2 arms and a leg for this.
I have no idea. There's
Go
a
ahead,
few links
Megawatt.
that they got.
Yeah, I heard something interesting. The there are over 3,000 sheriffs in the United States in counties and different organizations, and they met this week in Washington D.C. to try to come to an agreement on some policies and procedures that they would need to for things that are going on, and they asked for the president, who's also there right now, to speak to them and give them some direction and some information, and he declined that
Oh wow.
that that invite. So they felt like they were
Hmm.
very confused because this is the person who is, supposedly leading the country here,
Right.
and he had an opportunity to go and speak to people who are, enforcing the laws,
Right.
and he didn't feel that was a good use of
Worth
his
his
time.
oh
Yeah.
that, but he could go sit with a black family and have some chicken
And
and put
have
that shit.
chicken. I saw that
Oh
and
my
I was
fucking gosh,
dying. Because
bruh.
guess what? He can't eat that food. He
No.
can't eat food that was made by some guy at a local chicken place. He's not allowed to eat it. So what is he doing there?
Oh shit! That shit. I was like, "What the fuck is this? Why are they even doing this? What is this
And
even for?"
he's
Hey,
standing at the fridge showing them the kids like assignments from school. I was like, what is going on?
It was
hey,
weird.
listen to this, y'all. This is a fuck around find out now. It's 1 minute and 40 seconds. I don't even know what all it says. I was listening to it. But it's NATO sends a message to the world. Listen to this shit. They talking about some stuff now. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. It's gonna be
Yeah, it
feedback
might
like a
give
son
you
of a
feed.
bitch.
You got a link or something? Maybe I
Anyway, I'm gonna drop
play
it
it
in the
through my
chat.
phone.
I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
drop it in
Well,
Okay.
the chat.
I just want to say that the territory of the next few days is going to be interesting at best, maybe possibly volatile. So just keep your head about you, and you could definitely see more active shooting situations. You could definitely see buildings being evacuated for unknown reasons, or there could even be war communications coming through about war. I would not be surprised about any of
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah, well,
Oh
that's what it is. So NATO is basically saying it's time to go to war.
mm-hmm.
And also, I was going to tell you the other day I was on a elevator and it got evacuated because somebody on there farted.
wow.
Interesting.
Hey, but it was you, wasn't it?
It was chemical warfare.
It
Oh
was.
my.
Well, that would be considered biological, I think, right? Would
It
that
was
be
you,
considered
wasn't it?
chemical
No.
or no? It definitely wasn't me.
I don't think he
If
deserves the drum for that.
if
No.
you if you're a cryptocurrency guy, then you were happy about what Bitcoin's been doing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna hit.
fuck
It's
in
gonna
there.
hit 40.
Yes, it was
40.
doing this thing. It hit
40 what?
40K.
hit 50.
40K.
It did.
It's already at 50.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Then good.
Yeah.
Well,
40 was about
you know what I fucked
goddamn
around and found
couple
out
months
though?
ago.
I think it was created by the CIA. And I'll tell you why. I did some digging, and it's been going ham lately, and that's because the ETFs have been released and they've been going ham. Me and Novus had a lot of talk about this. He knows way more about it than me. I was really tapping into the back end of it because I was wondering. Nobody really knows who the guy who created it was, and what I fucked around and found out is that the CIA has access to any, protocol that's, computer protocol program. They have the back entrance to all of them, right? Including like stock market, like all this shit, you know what I mean, that they have access to. But
And
the one,
Bitcoin also has an MIT license.
yeah, but what's crazy about it is that that's the only back door that the CIA don't have. You feel what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? The
Mm-hmm.
protocol that Bitcoin runs is the only protocol, or the only protocol that the CIA doesn't have a backdoor access to.
Right. Hence the cloning, hence
Yeah,
the AI coming, hence
hence
the quantum computer coming. That
hence
something's got to be created that nothing can crack.
yeah, well, whoever created it or whoever did it, to me, would have had to have known that in order to in order to build Bitcoin on the one protocol that the CIA and the government doesn't have backdoor access to, so they had to have been a part of the CIA or some shit. That's
I
just
think I
what
think
I came
John
down with.
McAfee advised on the creation of it.
I'm sure there was a bunch of people, and like, you know how like they talk about Shakespeare not being a real person, that it was a Shakespeare, so it was like more than one person. They say that about the Satoshi guy too, because of how he, how it was created. It was like, man, they don't think one motherfucker could have done it himself. You know what I mean? It's not, I guess you want to
Right.
say,
I mean,
plausible, but
the only thing is like if it is like that, and I'm not saying it's not, because who the fuck
right,
knows?
who the fuck knows, right?
They would have had to have prepped it for years,
It's
because
just
there's
that,
online
yeah,
forums of
right,
Satoshi Nakamoto
right,
talking to all these people years
yeah,
before. This
yeah,
was an actual dude online. I don't know if he was real life,
right, right,
but
right.
he actually was a real online presence, because I've me, I went all the way back, goddamn, all the way back, and
It's just
I've
that the
found all
dude,
this stuff, and I'm like, so either he was just completely fake for fucking years, or this dude got kidnapped and they still kept his online presence or
so
something. But like,
what it is that it's the randomizer that Satoshi chose to give you guys a little bit more of a detailed answer. The randomizer in the security of Bitcoin that Satoshi chose is a randomizer that the CIA and all of the other, alphabet boys don't have a back access to that randomizer. So like, any of the other ones, like they can go into your wallets and they can take your money and shit like that. But with Bitcoin, I guess they can't do
mm-mm.
that.
As
They
long
don't
as you're
have
on
any
a
back.
decentralized wallet, which is a wallet, basically means it's a
Well,
part on in the
and
protocol.
most people who get their Bitcoin and crypto stolen, they have pushed a button to give somebody else access to some shit that
Exactly.
they don't know about. So that's mainly what
There ain't
that
really
goes
been
to.
nobody got their shit stole
Yeah, so they have,
or
so the
hacked.
CIA has back doors to almost everything besides fucking Bitcoin. And well, basically everything besides Bitcoin, which is just something that I didn't know about Bitcoin, and it had let me down a hole, because I've always wondered who created it, and I always thought it maybe was a government, and maybe Satoshi is a real person, or maybe it was Satoshi's a group of people. You know what I'm saying? Because when you break
And
down
now
Bitcoin, you get, the Satoshi
you
people.
have Wall Street, the biggest names in Wall Street,
Yep.
and the biggest names on the planet putting together ETFs. And when I tell you this one, it's like, it's almost like, oh shit. So,
Yeah.
oh fuck, right? Oh shit. They're going to put a United States Treasury bond with Bitcoin and
Yep.
make it an ETF, put it together. That
Yep.
means that the United States government is going to be backed by partially some of Bitcoin. That means
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin's going to the motherfucking moonshot.
Well, they
Bitcoin's going
want
to
to
the moonshot.
moonshot it. They want to moonshot it, my friend, for the simple fact that it weeds out all of the riffraff.
That's right.
Therefore, you will not be able to purchase our precious Bitcoin, you riffraff young man. You're
That's
going to
right.
take this universal income off of the interest that off of like 3% of the interest that I'm making on the Bitcoin. So we'll toss you our crumbs, pheasants and
Hmm.
peasants, but you
Exactly.
shall not be able to afford our precious Bitcoin.
Exactly. As long as you're a good boy and you got a good social credit score, we're going to give you a portion of our interest that we earn from the World Bank from Bitcoin because now the
Yep.
whole world's backed by it.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Oh, wait a minute. I talked to this guy named Nova about 8 years ago, and he told me the same thing. Son of a bitch. He knew what he was talking about.
Well, I mean, it's just how
Bro, it's
everything
just
lined
fucking
up. I
crazy,
mean,
bro.
come on, bro. Let's put the dots. We just talked about a lot of fucking crazy fucking shit. Okay. Now, people don't see the connection in all of the shit that we talk about on Fuck Around Find Out, and What the Fuck Wednesday. They normally seem very like scatterbrained, but then you're just like, all right, Megawatt, see you later. But then when you look at it, you
Bye
start to
bye.
realize all of it has a fucking connection. All of it is fucking connected, bro. Like the technology, the sale of the data, the China nuclear fucking batteries, fucking
Yeah.
all of it plays a fucking part. And now here we are, you know what I'm saying, fucking around and finding out that there's some real live transitioning going on, and it is in what Susan was saying
And
above about it being the
also,
reset of a reset.
think about this. There was just somebody that went into a church with a gun that said Free Palestine, started
Ha!
shooting, and nobody really knows about it. Wow. That is crazy to
It
me.
is, bro. It
But
is
if it
nuts,
was a
bro.
white person or, oh my goddamn,
Bro,
oh
people are still
man.
talking about
Oh,
Swiss Beats
wow.
not being mad at Usher rubbing
At
on his
Usher
girl.
for Usher doing a performance.
Bro, they still talking about that, bro. Like,
Look, let's be honest. These motherfuckers practiced that shit probably 100 times.
bro,
Do we really think that they were really into each other during that moment? Fuck
I'm
no,
up here
man.
watching videos on the U.S. bat coup in Ukraine, right? And while these niggas is still watching shit from the Super Bowl, like I'm trying to figure out who created fucking Bitcoin and where the fuck these ETFs is gonna take us and how do I fucking invest into it? Like, but these, oh my gosh! But then we worried about, you know what I mean, Taylor Swift and motherfucking Super Bowl and these fucking stupid ass Super Bowl commercials still. Like, and it's so wild. Like you just
Right.
gonna
Or
fuck around, find
the
out, it's just
people
nuts, man.
or the people that were sitting with Taylor Swift. Was
Yeah.
hold on. I'm gonna break it down even more. Was their section more fun than the people
Oh,
that were
my
sitting
God,
with
bro.
Kim Kardashian? I'm like,
When
who
did-
gives a flying fuck?
And like, who really believes that Ice Spice and motherfucking goddamn Taylor Swift hang
Or
out? Like, I
friends.
don't fucking believe that shit.
Yeah, I don't either, bro. I don't believe that. When I saw that shit, I was like, man, this motherfucker just put these motherfuckers together for this. Look, I'm a real ass dude, man. And when you go to trying to pull some shit like that on me, I can see through it, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. Like, I'm looking at the new Unreal 5 engine. These motherfuckers saying, you know, and then releasing it as, you know, this is what video game is gonna look like. Nigga, this shit is reality.
Yeah,
This is
that shit's
real.
scary. It's like, look, I played that game because I signed up to test some of that beta on that Fury because I held some of
Right.
the tokens. So I was like,
Right.
shit, let me see what the fuck going on and see if I want to buy some more of this shit or not. I
Right.
ended up dumping it. But anyway, I tested that shit. It was like a little 15-second thing you could do. Basically, you're hiding behind a door
Right.
and you could swing around and start shooting and swing back around. Man, that shit was so fucking real, bro. I was like, God damn, I grabbed my real gun. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that shit was so real, though. It made me, I was like, man, that's too intense for me. And I ain't even hooked up to a headset. I was
Right.
using my phone, bro.
Right.
But I
Bro,
don't,
I was just
I don't
watching
want to
this.
act. I don't want to feel like I'm really getting shot or some
Right.
shit.
And then so like, bro, like
I want to be
now
able to
you
know I'm
have-
playing a game.
and now
Goddamn.
you have, and then 300 years, my nigga. 300. This is what they're showing us. They 300 years ahead of this. I'm watching these videos because I'm a gamer. I'm not like a super gamer. My daughter's the bigger gamer. I play games with her, and I play a little 2K from time to time. But I mean, I grew up on video games. I had every system, but this shit
yeah.
right here, if I
That
were
ain't
to
no
see
video game.
bruh,
That's
it's
like
I'm-
somebody else's goddamn consciousness or something.
nigga. Oh shit.
I mean, when that's
Then
just
you
too
get back
real
to that
looking.
fucking cloning shit. Everything
Yeah.
is so connected that you know what I mean? The conscious stream, you know what I
Exactly,
mean? Like,
man.
yes, that's what I was gonna fucking say. It seems like you're stepping into a whole nother person's consciousness.
Yeah. You know what? This is the thing, bro. with all of this technology, think about how think about this. When we watch these futuristic dystopian movies, you always see skyscrapers that are like not taken care of, about to fall down and shit. But everybody's like rich as fuck, got all this cool technology and shit. That's because I believe in the future, everybody
Suck
works
up.
from home. And then there is no work. It's just being part of society. And so buildings like that they're not even needed. And
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's where we're going. So we came out of the Kali Yuga, but guess what? I think we could be going back.
I'm just trying to make it out to
The
Kali
fucking
Yuga,
Kali
Kali Yuga. All this fucking darkness, you know how we do it. How we do it. All these guns and drugs, you know how we do it. How we do it. Get it out there, mud, you know how we do it. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it out to Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga. All this fucking darkness, you know how we do it. How we do it. All these guns and drugs, you know how we do it. How we do it. Ain't no fucking love, you know how they do us.
Yeah, eyes out. They want a nigga blind to this shit. Fuck around, find out. Niggas really God in this bitch.
It's Fuck Around Find Out Tuesday, by the way.
Just watch how I move. It's all in my genes, DNA of an 80s baby. I should have been born with a triple beam, now that's balance. Bitch, I trap hard, NASCAR with that pack. Hit the gas, make them circle back. Niggas got Jesus running laps.
Illegal or legal, Jesus is still running laps.
Told them then I keep with that bag. I'm in the 12th house with them 9 guys, pushing fire all through this tripod, holding yo God in the glass. Left the field talk for them field niggas. Whips and chains all real killer. No mask on, so it feel realer.
Sounded like Kanye and shit, what he was talking about.
I'm not black, I'm God. Still nigga, so try Jesus, don't try me, or you gon' end up in your fucking grave quicker, nigga.
I'm just trying to make it out to Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga. All this fucking darkness, you know how we do it. How we do it. All these guns and drugs, you know how we do it. How we do it. Get it out there, mud, you know how we do it. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it out to Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga. All this fucking darkness, you know how we do it. How we do it. All these guns and drugs, you know how we do it. How we do it. Ain't no fucking love, you know how they do us. Yeah, I blow smoke in the devil's face. Loud enough to keep hell hot. Cold enough to make your bezel break. All this dope in my trap house. A nigga fuck around, might catch a case. Press pills, fentanyl, nigga fuck around, see Baphomet. Ain't no love, this triple black. They'll shoot it out like Cinemax. Then double back with a bigger strap. It's a different path, but they into that. Yeah, fuck around, play with the guys of the dark, nigga, you'll get deaf. Yeah, fuck around, play with the fire, the L, nigga, you'll get wet. Yeah, cocaine, Mary Jane, we done had it all on the interstate. Yeah, cocaine, heroin, seen them put it all in they veins. Yeah, brain full of octane, OG to the face. Yeah, shit, ain't nothing changed. Niggas still tripping and I'm feeling like Cobain. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it out to Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga. All this fucking darkness, you know how we do it. How we do it. All these guns and drugs, you know how we do it. How we do it. Get it out there, mud, you know how we do it. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it out to Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga. All this fucking darkness, you know how we do it. How we do it. All these guns and drugs, you know how we do it. How we do it. Ain't no fucking love, you know how they do us.
We got about 8 minutes left, guys and goddesses. We appreciate y'all for hanging out for the 2 hours that we be in this bitch, kicking it for fucking around. Find Out Tuesday. We just want to expand your imagination in your mind and your
Expand your mind, Craig.
Yeah, stimulate your mind. Yes, yes. We be back tomorrow for What the Fuck Wednesday. But before we go, you know DJ Crazy Man gonna spin us up out there.
On the track.
Yeah, they claim to be the best, I can hardly tell. You could blame it on my instincts, that shit never fails. Nigga, I've been on the West Street, they can hardly tell that I'm walking what I'm talking, they just cat for real. But they claim to be the best, I can hardly tell. You could blame it on my instincts.
But let these people tell you that you need to kill your ego. You need your ego. You might need to get it a little more balanced, like we talked about, but not kill it.
So what the fuck is you the best at? You ain't the only nigga who can spill a bar about putting a hole where your chest at. I just rather be the nigga pouring the keys to open up all of your death traps. Got a hold of all of my dreams and I will see things clearer than
breathe. It's more than the shit that it seems. Too many call balance with beams. Got all of the talent and manage to copy the clothes that they see. How the fuck you call that shit rapping? How many ways can you shoot a nigga? What's poetic about all of that capping? Try being useful, nigga. It's easier said than it's done. Ain't no money in the truth. A milli cop with this gun. A milli more if I shoot. Put polka dots in this coupe. Kill all the ops like you. Take everything and leave nothing left. But that truth, nigga, I could be the best. I can hardly tell. You could blame it on my instincts. That shit never fails. Nigga, I've been on the West Street. They can hardly tell that I'm walking what I'm talking. They just cat for real. But they claim to be the best. I can hardly tell. You could blame it on my instinct. That shit never fails. Nigga, I've been on the West Street. They can hardly tell. What the fuck is a goat when I got time to kill? Yet they claiming they the best.
Wishmaster, that's out on all platforms right now.
We're gonna get up out of here with this.
This a demo right
not
here,
really.
only here. You
This is the demo.
We not do no Illuminati ritual, steady bitch boy. Dibby prick now, money clip soil. Okay, if it drip cancer in an oil. Okay, if it drip cancer in an oil. We not do no Illuminati rituals, steady bitch.
He said, "We no do no Illuminati rituals, you diddy bitch boy." He said it.
Bitch boy, dibby prick now, money clip soil. Okay, if it drip cancer in an oil. Okay, if it drip cancer in.
Move, get the fuck out the way. Rider get rolled over, nobody came here for play, we sorry. Born straight from the Cali Yuga, light could have never reached. Them flashes came from the shooters. Stone face killers, more squibber than a Medusa. Look her right in the eye, the reflection will hold the future. I'm nothing that I imagine, my power couldn't be fathomed. It's enough to scare myself when the mirror projects a dragon. Fire breathing, this ether became accelerant. Hop on the gas, think faster, be irrelevant. Mind your business, I'm nothing to ever meddle with. Unless you went to still, I suggest you remain pedestrian. And I'm just only being honest. Got a crack in the veil, I'm just speaking at my promise. This flow is on the spectrum, I'm just speaking to your conscience. Hope you receive the message, this blessing is something.
We not do no Illuminati rituals, steady bitch boy. Dibby prick now, money clip soil. Okay, if it drip cancer in an oil. Okay, if it drip cancer in an oil. We not do no Illuminati rituals, steady bitch boy. Dibby prick now, money clip soil. Okay, if it drip cancer in an oil. Okay, if it drip cancer in.
Shout out to Logos. Shout out to Troy Jams.
Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. You moving
If you
too
hung in
fast
with
for a
us
nigga, baby,
for
slow
this
it
long,
down, slow it
go to
down, slow it
thinkhighcrew.com.
down.
If
I'm
you
trying
want
to
to
get
fuck
that
with
ass,
us,
little mama, can you slow it down?
subscribe to
Slow
the
it down,
website.
slow it
You'll
down.
get an invite.
Moving
Become a
too
member.
fast for a
You
nigga,
can make
baby,
money
slow
with
it
it.
down, slow it down, slow it down. I'm moving slow motion for me.
A lot of people's out here looking for their motherfucking tribe, per se. So maybe you just found yours.
Yeah, we might be able to arrange an evening one. Yeah, very.
Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. You moving too fast for a nigga, baby, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. I'm trying to get that ass, little mama, can you slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. You moving too fast for a nigga, baby, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. I'm moving slow motion for me.
Yeah, we thought about that. Maybe doing something even adult like for Sinful Sunday since we got the smash and dash.
Said I ain't going back down that road. Ain't nothing I ain't seen. I've been there before. Trouble always lurking. Keep the shot it by the door. Not trying to catch a body. You can try me if you want, but I ain't
Ain't going back down that road.
Ain't nothing I ain't seen. I've been there before. Looking for myself. Gotta find me on my own. Not asking for that help, but if you riding, then come on. But I ain't going back.
Some people get to a point in their life, homie, where they feel like they get lost, man. And all I got to say is if you resonate with that shit, you probably did find your tribe. Because all of us were lost as fuck at one time. Whether if we knew it or not, we found our true selves and we elevated. And if that resonates with you, you found your tribe. And just know, we ain't going back down that road. You keep a shotty by the door, just in case.
Said I ain't going back down that road. Ain't nothing I ain't seen, I've been there before. Trouble always lurking, keep the shotty by the door. Not trying to catch a body, you can try me if you want, but I ain't going back down that road. Ain't nothing I ain't seen, I've been there before. Looking for myself, gotta find me on my own. Not asking for that help, but if you riding, then come on. But I ain't going back.
See y'all tomorrow for What the Fuck Wednesday.
Yeah,
We'll be back on Podbean.
yeah. This is the way that the chips fall. I hope you was betting on me. I've been all in since the windfall. Watching the L coming streets. Never gave up on the old me. Been rapping so long, now I'm OG. Supreme of the valley, that's word of the adage. Just at me if you want the whole thing. And it's on me, I don't like the cap. I don't ever rap what I don't live. Keep the hood on tap, and it's a fact. We're only a fraction of my wrist. See, I'm built like that. I don't want it all. I just wanna ball with my bros. Give it all to the kids when we go. But let them know that your favorite rapper is a lie. Yeah, fuck what they talking, been telling you why. Yeah, you thought they was real? Open your eye. Yeah, this shit's not a game, we tryna survive. In a world where music is God, your favorite rapper is a lie. Yeah, fuck what they talking, been telling you why. Yeah, you thought they was real? Open your eye. Yeah, this shit's not a game, we tryna survive. In a world where music is God, your favorite rapper is a lie.
Yeah, might see me walking down Erie at midnight. We ain't the same on the inside. Black sheep, nigga still ball like he 6'5". Still put your bitch in the 6'9". I was on ice, pushing that weight up an incline. Nigga had life all in the back of that Nissan. Fuck is you talking about? We made a way when Wall Street had us on decline. You niggas is bright till I pop out like a neon. You niggas is hot till I show up with the Freon. We on a whole nother plane. All of my foes is going insane. You know what it is, it's fucking supreme. Yeah, yeah.
Fuck what they talking, been telling you why. Yeah, you thought they was real? Open your eye. Yeah, this shit's not a game, we tryna survive. In a world where music is God, your favorite rapper is a lie. Yeah, fuck what they talking, been telling you why. Yeah, you thought they was real? Open your eye. Yeah, this shit's not a game, we tryna survive. In a world where music is God, your favorite rapper is a lie.
Might see me walking down Erie at midnight.